Alright, Schlockmeisters fans, we're going to watch a Harry Nilsson Ringo Starr movie. This one's called Son of Dracula from 1974. Let's check it out. Our film starts in the 1800s in Transylvania. This is a vampire. In fact, it's actually Count Dracula. A really ugly Count Dracula. And he's under attack. So he takes off. He's trying to hide in his coffin. What happened to him? Well, take a guess. Somebody has staked him. And that's the end of Count Dracula.
I should have come straight to help him.
This is Merlin on the left, played by Ringo Starr.
Whoever killed Count Dracula would surely have killed you.
The king of the netherworld is lost to us forever.
Of the human world.
The Countess, she shall have a boy, and he shall inherit his father's throne, and one day shall be crowned the new king of the netherworld.
That's right, Dracula had a girl pregnant before he left.
Not in your lifetime, Brian, but you must prepare him.
There is Nilsson, 100 years later, in his coffin. He's being transported from one place to another via limo. And like any other vampire, he occasionally needs to feed.
Lady at the moment.
No, not yet. All I can say is that the crown must be placed upon his head within the next 72 hours. But which moment of the final hour has yet to be revealed.
Nilsson plays Count Down, D-O-W-N-E.
It has already been advertised as the museum.
He's arrived
We
to be like the king of the netherworld, underworld.
It is, of course, a perfect meeting place for those very people. Perfect. I think it.
Now, when Count Down's not being a vampire, he likes to practice his music. There's lots of other monsters as well, including a werewolf. He celebrates killing that werewolf, or hurting that werewolf, by taking a bite out of this lady. All of his victims seem to enjoy it.
The chamber has been specially prepared for the occasion.
He's come to Van Helsing's, which is basically a hotel.
Your bedroom is through here, Count Down. I prepared it for your rest. Count Down, I don't wish to interfere, but I think you should try to overcome these feelings. The whole of the netherworld awaits your coronation. They depend upon you to be their new overlord.
Look, it's getting worse. Last night I walked along the River Thames. It didn't even affect me. Here I am standing outside the sanctuary of the coffin. I'm walking and breathing in the human world after sunrise.
Frankenstein could perform the operation.
He wants to become human.
But remember, once humanized, you would no longer be immortal. And even I cannot say how long you would live.
I don't care. I'd rather be rid of this forever darkness.
This is Baron von Frankenstein.
Studied over the years.
He can perform the operation to make him mortal.
Brilliant new breakthrough. You certainly can become human. And my lifespan afterwards? Not that it's that important, but Merlin thought it impossible to judge.
On this humanizing process, I believe that I can make you immortal upon this earth.
You what?
How terrible when the transfusion machine fails its function.
The Baron doesn't want him to survive this operation.
He must not survive. Even as a human being, his influence would pervade the very air.
He wants to be king of the netherworld instead.
That's an excellent
idea. He meets
idea,
Amber, played by Susanna Lee.
If you'd care to join me.
And he's falling for her.
I'd like that very much.
In that case, would I be right in assuming that we won't be going out this evening after all?
Here the Count performs Jump into the Fire with the familiar Keith Moon on drums. Peter Frampton on guitar. Here's Amber again, and while she sleeps, Count makes his move. That's an interesting mark she had on her cleavage.
The operation could take place, but it must not be performed by Baron Frankenstein. I could bring about your humanization. Don't be alarmed. I am, if I may say so, a man of many talents.
And Dr. Van Helsing will perform the transformation instead of yourself.
I don't have this.
The Count has chosen against immortalization. The Doctor will implant in him the power for human love, assisted by a young lady with whom the Count has become concerned.
Be performed on countdown.
Yes, it is true.
What will it mean? That he will no longer be immortal? That he will not be king? That he must become overlord of the netherworld?
Brian, in the next hours, many things may happen. Countdown will need your help and understanding.
Is allowed to humanize the Count. The house of Dracula will be obliterated forever. But the Count may yet be saved from this catastrophe. Or, forgive me if it does not. The Netherworld Council will have to be convened to discuss the possibility of electing the new Overlord. I'm aware of that, Baron, with Merlin presiding. Wizard. The machine cannot malfunction, but without the donation of human interest, it will not function at all.
But they do manage to get Amber, and she goes through the transfusion problem. Will the operation work?
Successful, and you will feel no post-operative effects. And Amber? Oh, she's safe. She's there. And you will now, and for the rest of your life, be a human being.
I'm not here to be crowned king. I'm no longer one of you. It would be impossible.
Immortal. The Netherworld must still look to me as Overlord. The people trust me. I am the obvious successor.
Forget. They are my children. Immortal as thou may be, this old man shall teach thee an appropriate respect.
He zaps Baron von Frankenstein into this
plotted and
pool
planned,
ball.
but failed to overthrow the scheme of things. So I shall give you 100 years more, secluded, to think upon thy next adventure.
So count down,
Netherworld,
Amber.
like the human world, thinks it takes care of itself.
Live happily ever after.
And it probably does.
Alright, let's talk about Son of Dracula. It's a movie that I had on a bootleg VHS tape that I got from a place called Video Search of Miami, which I don't think exists anymore. They used to sell videotapes in the 90s and 2000s and such. I got it about 15 years ago, like I said. Never been released on DVD or VHS or Blu-ray anywhere in the world, as far as I know. But it is available on the DVD-R circuit if you look hard enough for it. I picked this up from a place overseas, actually. Had to make my own homemade box art for it, though. It looks pretty cool, I think. It's never been released on home video, probably because of the soundtrack issues and such. There's several Harry Nilsson songs in here. And if you listen closely, there's a T-Rex song as well. The movie itself is pretty darn cheesy, if you ask me. Ringo Starr plays Merlin. Harry Nilsson plays Count Down, son of Dracula. He's going to be elected king of the Netherworld. But then he decides that he wants to become a human because he falls in love with this woman named Amber, played by Suzanne Lee. And he wants to have an operation to become human. So Baron von Frankenstein agrees to do it, but Baron von Frankenstein has ulterior motives. For one, he doesn't want the Dracula lineage to end. He also has eyes on being the king of the netherworld himself. But Merlin is protecting Countdown a little bit, so he knows what's going on. So he has Van Helsing, who's traditionally not a friend of Dracula, but Van Helsing is going to perform the surgery. I think Suzanne Lee may have been Van Helsing's daughter. I'm not sure. But anyway, he performs the surgery with the help of a blood transfusion from Amber herself. Surgery is successful, and he decides he can't be king of the netherworld anymore. He lets everybody know. Baron von Frankenstein approaches Merlin and says, I'm to be the rightful successor, blah, blah, blah. Merlin says, no way, these are my children. I will rule them. And then he zaps Frankenstein into a cue ball. I'm sorry, like a pool ball, not a cue ball, but a red ball. And then he zaps him away for 100 years, and then the movie kind of ends with Amber and Countdown living happily ever after. There you go. Again, really cheesy movie. It's ridiculous. Ringo Starr was quoted once as saying he had a VHS copy sitting on his TV that he never intends to watch because it's horrible. The movie's actually a showcase for a lot of Harry Nilsson's songs. There's like 5 or 6 of these things in here, including Jumping into the Fire, Without You, Daydream, Remember. Some good tunes. I like Harry Nilsson. I like Ringo Starr a lot. I'm a big Beatles fan. But the movie is just very silly. But anyway, it's pretty palatable. It's watchable. It is decent for what it is, I think. Put out by Apple Films. Like I said, I'm sure you can get this somewhere. It's available a few places. Maybe it's streaming somewhere too. I'm not sure. But if you're a fan of Harry Nilsson and Ringo Starr like I am, you got to watch this little oddity just because. So anyway, check it out. It's called Son of Dracula. Let me know what you think about it. Leave some comments down below. Son of Dracula. Watch it. Bye.